I sit here and it scares me because I hear professionals. I mean, even Tucker Carlson now, who was once left a little and now is right, understanding and awake, but everyone says, I wonder where the UFOs are coming from. This is live footage of living organisms, but showing launches of UFOs that are streaking smoke across the lunar atmosphere. There's so many smokes and hazes that you just can hardly see them. See those lights moving around? Those are the UFOs. They're all over the surface. I'm even showing some launching from the moon, but I'm also showing some landing. These are controlled descents. You could see the fires around these vehicles. This is unprecedented. It's unique. It's exclusive. It changes the entire story of UFOs. And it's important for you guys and gals to share out this research if you really do want the truth to come out. A vehicle that actually looks like a thimble that you would stick at the end of your finger, not to prick your finger while you're doing some sewing. Some say it looks like the German Bell spacecraft using the red iodine. I mean, look at the smoke coming from the back of the UFO as it pushes for miles long, a streak of smoke across the surface. But aside from that, I'm focusing in on this object that, there's lights around it now, and then UFOs propelling themselves. There's an interaction, my friends, with living beings that are in the atmosphere of the moon and interacting with spacecraft, real UFO spacecraft. It's absolutely magnificent. I'm showing it there. And on top of it, they're either launching something, bombs, I don't know, whatever, on the surface, or you're seeing these explosions happen on the surface. Let's see that one more time. An explosion on the surface. 3 massive plumes of light appear. Watch this. By slowing down the footage and analyzing more what the lights are doing, we're seeing a lot of characteristics. And look, I'm showing you, they really are arriving at the moon, but there's objects like biological creatures, what look like living organisms. There's that plume of smoke. One of the best shots. Look what is happening as the UFO takes off. Is it shooting at a brighter object behind it? You see it? Or it's just literally taking off one after the other. I've showed it hundreds of times now, guys. They are on the moon, whoever they are. So the lights that are buzzing here, I would obviously call out that they could very well be on the moon. He or she that knows the truth is going to be stopped any way possible for the truth not to come out. But we're in a point of life, we're at a point of life where we are at a crossroads, right? And there's a change, a shift that's happening on the inside. We've heard this coming out from Ross Coulthart. We've heard it from, Tim Burchett, sorry. And it's coming out. The truth is definitely coming out. So I started noticing some objects going by, but the problem is some of them are flying by in military formation. You could say, well, you don't have to add the military in there. Okay, well, they're flying in triangular formation, like debris does not do. And in the atmosphere, like these here that we're seeing there would be probably a lot higher off of the surface. But down on the surface, we have these. There's something very big happening. Maybe it always has been happening. But all of these vehicles in the lunar atmosphere, imagine me having caught one and exposing it. No, I caught fleet of them landing on the surface. And why do I say landing? Because I've shown some actually going down to the surface. You can see the propelling systems behind these vehicles. It's going to the right, the propelling systems on the left. One's coming down, the propelling systems over top. One's going up, the propelling systems on the bottom. And you can see that they really are vehicles. We cannot see the exact shape, but we can see it's some type of regular square or rectangle. When the truth comes out, it's going to break the world. but I think in a good way. For us, it will be in a good way. These are UFO fleet following gravity waves, winding from left to right as they quickly travel across the surface of the moon. A completely hidden world of living organisms, maybe even an entire nation or civilization, human or alien, that's up there on the moon. We are not alone. No matter who is up there on the moon, take the time to subscribe to this channel to help it grow, to help the community grow, and obviously to get this friggin' news out. The moon, wars on the moon, and maybe even some scientific experimentation, because I'm seeing a lot of, lights, explosions and stuff. Could it all just be a war? I'm going to do the opposite now. People tell me, Bruce, it might not be a war. It could be science experiments. Well, I'm going to tell you it's a science experiment, so you'll think maybe there could be a war. What's that? That's a line going to a blue spot of it's a constructed object on the surface. People have to wake up, because the evidence is, it's not just one thing that I found on the moon. It's several things and several events that prove that someone's up there. That line, just at the bottom of Copernicus crater, runs for over 100 miles in a straight line, over and under, up and down the mountaintops, in a straight line to go to what looks like a structure. I can't go any slower than this. You're looking at a faint, thin line, very long at the bottom of Copernicus, with beautiful greens and colors, of course, to the famous blue spot right there. Water or not, filtration system or not, there's the structuring. And you can see that there are other lights connected to other lines that I've shown in my research. There's even a line going downwards. Someone's up there. They're massive, 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 impressive bases. But the worst of it, they're shooting. This object shoots a light across the moon. I see them propelling lights, and it's instantaneous. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're shooting at people, if they're shooting at living organisms, or if they're experimenting in the atmosphere. But I'm telling you, we're pretty much spot on what they are doing. We're looking at them. We see them on the surface. They all have different characteristics. Some events are spacecraft and some are not spacecraft. But there's a massive light turning on that surface. You can even see its beam. And this is directly on the moon. I have spent hundreds, if not thousands of hours, and I have thousands of hours of footage of infrared, and on the moon also UFO. The infrared I use here. I don't use the infrared on the moon. This is not infrared, by the way. And you can clearly see projectiles appearing all around the object. Paul, Ruth Kelly, Eric Dubé, Darla, Pat, everyone, thanks for gifting out the memberships. Thanks for the interest.
Aliens on the moon, when are they gonna tell the world? Come on, Pentagon. Aliens on the moon. Aliens on the moon. And they're mining. Really up there. And they're mining on the moon. Aliens on the moon.
Thank you very much for the support to this channel. Everyone, thanks for the generous contributions, and thanks for watching the videos.
Aliens up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter, cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.